now I would like to ask Laura Hussey, who is our fantastic artist. She's doing beautiful paintings. You should see her paintings, bigger than this. And she brought Diane to Roosevelt Island and to our gallery. So she is in charge of this exhibition.
Well, not exactly, but I do want to give you a little bit of the history of the exhibition before Diane and the other quilters come up and say a few words. So welcome everybody. And this started because Lorraine, who has been curating and setting up our Black History Month exhibitions, decided this year she needed a little break. So Diane had been my quilting teacher. I took courses as a retired New York City public school teacher at the Teachers Union, and Diane was my instructor there. So I was trying to quilt, but and I had an exhibition here in 2018, the solo exhibition, and she came to see it. So she was familiar with the gallery space. So I thought it would be perfect for her to organize an exhibition. I knew she had a quilters group. And also I thought it was very appropriate for Black History Month because there's a long tradition of quilt making in the Black community, the African American community. So I thought everything would work really well together. I got in touch with Diane. I've been driving her crazy for 2 months now. And I asked her would she organize and curate something, and she did. And she was very impressive as a teacher. And what she did was she invited our group and other groups as well as she quilted with to work on her Quilts4Cops initiative, which she told you a little bit about. So she invited us to go down to One Police Plaza and to work on making these quilts to present to the widows and widowers of police officers who had died from 9/11 related illness years later. And the fact that she felt they weren't getting recognition. And, I just thought it was a very nice thing to do. I'm not the only one who thought that. She's been honored on any number of occasions, very well deserved. But also, there's a little extra story that I like to add on to her story of Quilts4Cops, which I'm going to tell you, which she told us before she left the class. And that was that one day she and her daughter, whose quilts are also in the exhibition, Dr. Rochelle Holland, were window shopping. And one of the things that she would have liked to have is what's called a long-armed machine. Now this is a quilting machine. If you try to make a quilt that size on a regular sewing machine, it's very difficult to push the fabric through. So there's a special sewing machine with a big table that you can stand at, and a computer will program it, and you can put the patterns on, and it just makes it a lot easier to quilt. So she was looking at them. They cost around $20,000. So there was no way she was going to buy one, but it's something that she would have liked to have, because once in a while she would send out her quilt to be finished by somebody on one of those machines. So the salesman came over, and Rochelle, her daughter, started talking to the salesman and telling him about Quilts4Cops. And when she was finished with the story, it turns out that this was not a salesman. This was actually the owner of the company from Colorado. And he was so impressed with Diane and her story that he said, I am going to give you a long-arm sewing machine, and I am going to ship it to your house. So I just thought that was a very lovely story. And as I said, very well deserved on Diane's part, because she's a very modest person, very humble and very kind. So, I thought it was a great kind of little embellishment to her Quilts4Cops initiative. But also I would like Diane to come up and address you, but also Fadine and William and Karen, the other quilters who are here. And of course there's Rochelle and there's Wendy Higginbotham, who's not here today. And Rochelle wasn't feeling well, so she couldn't be here, but the rest of our quilters will come up, and Diane can fill you in a little bit more on what she does. Thank you.
Thank you.